This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Welcome, friend. Hello. Straight off the top, the code word you need for Flyaway Fridays is Nasi Goreng.
Oh, yes, please.
Hang on to that till Friday when we ask you to call. You call in. You could be off to Bali with Transnusa Airlines.
What if they mispronounce it? Because I say nasi goreng.
Well, that'd be wrong.
No, we're playing it, mate.
Nazi.
We say Nasi Goreng.
Nasi Goreng.
Nazi.
Nazi. Say it again then.
Nasi
Yep, nazi.
Goreng.
Goreng.
Nasi Goreng.
Nah, too hard.
Well, that's why you won't win.
I will not.
Also, you're not eligible, so,
No,
there's that.
no.
On today's show, we talk about uppity kids telling off adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, we certainly do.
And it's even worse when they're right.
There's a couple of netball references, in particular that one. And also, Nat, you went to the netball over the weekend. It wasn't a good idea?
I don't think I'll be asked back. Let's
Yep.
put it that way.
And adults injuring strange kids. Not strange kids. Kids that are strangers. Always fun.
That was good, actually, Ross.
Yeah.
It's that poor little girl. It's a terrible story.
This is Nathan, Nat, and Shaun. Let's go! On Nova 937.
It's 6:04. Nathan and Shaun. Happy Monday, friends.
Happy
It's going to be a long day, Nat. It's going to be a long day.
Why?
Because you just said, what have we got on today? And no one could answer. Ross had half a clue for something.
At half an hour, so we're doing a fashion competition with Vinnie's where you
Yeah,
can
we
win
are.
a lot of money.
Yeah, $1,500.
Yep, there's also, you can win money with, you got to guess a dance tune. I don't
Yep.
know. But there's money up for grabs.
Heaps of money.
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 Fun?
Well, no guarantees.
Yeah,
no
no
guarantees.
guarantees.
Like, it is Monday and stuff. But what we can say as well, we got Flyaway Friday happens again this Friday.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
That's right.
Mate.
Fun.
Another Bali trip to go.
Yeah.
You get the code word on the podcast this morning, which will be out just before lunch, depending on when Sam puts it up.
Wow, you've
But
thrown
before lunch.
Sam under the bus,
Well, I
haven't
feel
you?
like the listeners deserve an explanation.
We all deserve an explanation.
What a show we got.
Tell you what, you deserve an explanation if you're an Eagles supporter.
Yeah.
Sean, have you seen a worse game of football in general? Ever?
Look, it was a terrible
It was
game. But then when
bad.
I jumped online to read, people were just teeing off. That was
I mean, any
well, by the way,
any
they're
danger.
17 and 18. Like, what do
Yeah,
you? What do you?
I know, but still, any danger of kicking goal? Any danger?
I'm not going to say
Any
it's
danger.
easy because. I kicked 95, but I kicked a hell of a lot of points and more out in the
I
full.
know it's not easy, but still.
You kicked
I'm hearing you.
You kicked 95 goals in your career?
Yes.
Yeah, and do you know how many points?
Oh, I'm going to say it's a lot.
More? More than
No, not more, but I did. If you combine out in the fulls and points, possibly.
They don't keep stats on out in the full, though, do they?
And I thank God.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Kings Park over the weekend with the two kids, Ollie and Arch. And
Great weather for it.
Oh, it was perfect. And what's the play? In Kings Park where it's got that really long grass straight that goes forever to the
Yeah.
DNA Tower?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so we went there and there's playgrounds for the kids and stuff like that. Kicking the ball with Ollie, he's 5, a soccer ball. And at one stage I missed him and it went to another family and there was a dad there. And he would have been about my age. He looked cool, right? He looked cool. He dressed kind of cool like. And the ball went ball went to him and he kicked it up with his foot and then he juggled the ball. You know
When he's got actual skills.
and he put his foot over the ball like it was
Yeah.
a hop, and he did that, and then he passed it back, and I was like, that was wicked. And I said to
Yeah.
him, well, you must play for the glory. And I don't think he understood what I meant, and he just kind of looked weirdly at me, but
He thought you were proposing a glory hole encounter. Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
no comment.
Well, there are toilets up that way.
Anyway, and so he did that, so I was like, this guy's cool. And then about 10 minutes later, we're kicking the football. The football went offside to him, and he grabbed it, and he was kicking it back to another kid who we weren't kicking, it was another kid that kicked the football near us. And he went to kick it to this other kid, and it was right next to the lake, and the kid was probably about 20 metres away, and the dad booted it, absolutely booted it, so it's got some pace on it.
Yeah.
It missed the kid and went straight into a 9-year-old girl on crutches right into her gut.
Because the only kid in the whole park on crutches, and it goes into her.
And went into her, and then she...
This is Sean McManus all over. Doesn't this smack of Sean McManus?
He said, what did he say? Oh, I should stick to the round ball. And we had luck,
Wow.
but then she started crying. And it was, so...
And the internal injuries, how is she now? Do we know?
I think she was right. She hobbled off, but she was already hobbling.
Yeah, exactly. This poor kid, just minding her own business, and the dad boots.
It is a Shaun McManus-y thing.
Yeah. Have you ever done that? Have you ever
Into the
handed played anyone else's kids?
I'm going to say yes.
Just can't recall the specifics.
I actually got hit by a kid myself, though.
Did you?
Yeah, I was at a Waffle Grand Final, and I remember it. It was this game that Andrew Cracker went bananas and kicked 5 goals at half time, because I got there. I was really excited. I was in a box with my friend's dad's, and so it was free terps.
How old are you at this point?
I'm going to say 19,
Okay.
20.
Subio, was it Subio?
Subi Oval.
Yep.
And anyway, I at half time, because I had a fair few, I went out in the oval and I was kicking. I just jumped into some kids and I just started kicking the footy with them like a hero.
Oh, did they ask for that?
No, they didn't ask for that at all. And I took a mark over this kid, and then no joke, like a hero. And then I started running off with the ball, and I had a bounce. Then this kid come from behind, unbeknownst to me. He tackled me to the ground. The biggest holding the ball you've ever seen.
So he should have, by the sounds of it.
You don't tackle in kick to kick.
No, but he ran off their ball.
Yeah.
And they
I
didn't
did.
ask him.
No, they didn't ask
So
me.
from there outside, this drunk man turned up and stole their ball.
Yeah, 100% that.
Yeah.
And he tackled me to the ground, holding the ball like you've never
Yeah.
seen. And my head, to the point where my head just went
Yeah.
straight into the turf.
You
Concussion
deserved it.
protocol.
I did.
You deserved
I
it.
deserved
Whereas
it.
the little girl on crutches didn't deserve it, just so you know.
Concur.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
There's a lady in Sydney who was online just the other day, and people are writing some negative articles about it. Cost of living, right? Just throw that out.
Cosy
lives.
We're all experiencing it.
Now, she got stuck, so she says, buying a pair of shoes that cost $13,000.
Well, see, the thing is, she went to the shop to buy a pair of shoes that was $1,700. So she was being thrifty.
That's
It's just that
thrifty.
she fell in love with a different pair of shoes, and then she didn't ask the price until they said that's $13,000.
They look like sandals as well.
They're not even
Yeah, I
nice.
know.
Like they're
They look like
Hermes.
sandals.
She's just obviously somebody that loves a label.
Ross.
Yeah, it's
I wouldn't. I don't have a pair of shoes in my enormous shoe collection that are anything more than even like a pair of tall boots. They were like
Yeah.
$350. That's it. Like
Yeah.
I don't spend a lot of money on shoes. I buy a lot of pairs of shoes.
Yes.
But there's no expensive individual pair of shoes.
I currently have holes in my shoes, and I don't want to buy new shoes because they're not holy enough. I can still.
Do you do the same with your jocks too, don't you?
How do you know? Now, why are they so expensive? 13 grand. I know that she
It's a
mentioned.
designer. It's just a designer thing. Like Hermes
Yeah, but
make
still.
$30,000, $50,000 handbags as well.
Does it make you guys mad that there's $13,000 shoes?
Absolutely. And what credit card are you throwing over the line that you've got that kind of money
Well, this is the
on?
thing. Like, I would have to move money around in order to be able to pay $13,000 if I was not expecting to pay $13,000. I'd be like, just a second on the
Just give
banking
me
apps.
Just give me a minute.
Just going to have to clear some funds.
Wouldn't you just go, oh, sorry, or you're too embarrassed? I mean, clearly she's
Yes.
she's saying that she's too embarrassed, but $13,000.
But I mean, we don't know. I mean, her financial situation. Clearly, it's fine if she's. I mean, the fact that if she's even going to buy $1,700 shoes, she's doing all right for herself. Clearly.
God, man, that's insane. I don't.
Can you imagine if Megan came home and said, "Oh, I accidentally, like I was just going to buy something, but instead the one I wanted, it wasn't the in, and then I saw this one and I got that and it was $13,000."
She'd never get over the line.
How does that conversation?
The bank would ring me in a heartbeat. The police would be at the front door. You can't afford that.
What about if it was $1,700 pair of shoes?
Well, I might have got through to the
is that-
keeper then.
is that getting across the line?
would absolutely lose my shit. Would be an unsafe. I bought a pair of shoes last weekend for $70,
Yeah.
and I was like,
I'm wearing $30 jeans from Kmart
Amen.
today.
"Come on!"
Yes,
Cosy lives.
designer.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
On the weekend, perfect weather, so beautiful.
Great.
My niece has been asking me to come and watch her play netball since the season started, right? So she plays at Matthews.
Yeah.
We 8 weeks in.
Yeah, about that.
Parking is a nightmare, but there as well, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's why Nat hasn't
Yeah.
gone. Was the only reason.
That was one of the many reasons. Also, like I was thinking about doing it a couple of weeks ago. So the long weekend, there was no netball. The week before that, it was raining, and I'm like,
No, can't help you.
I can't help you.
Busy.
And then, so she's, and before this, so this is the first year of playing netball. Before that, she was rowing. And so I went and watched rowing a couple of times. And when she said, I'm switching from rowing to netball, I'm like, this is great because rowing is a commitment. First of all, you've got to drive all the way to Champion Lake, so there's that.
Yep.
And I live in East Fremantle, so it's a bit of a hike. Plus, at rowing, she would row in a race, and I go, "Oh, you came second. That's amazing. Well done." She said, "Yeah, the final's in an hour and a half." And so then then you've just got to sit around for an hour and a half, just going, "Oh,
Just head into Kenwick and hang out.
yeah, go to that carpet shop."
Yeah, that's right.
And so when she switched to netball, I'm like, great, because it's closer to home.
Yeah.
It is, and it goes for an hour. So you know what your commitment is when you leave home. You know how long it's going to take. And so I had put it off, and I'd put it off, and then they're undefeated, so good. She's playing so well. Their team's doing so well, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I'll go along. So I went along on Saturday, and I got there just about 5 minutes into the first quarter, and I went, I don't seem to be going that well. I wasn't like, there's no scoreboard, so you don't know. But I'm like, oh, it's a bit tit for tat. I'm like, no, they lost. So the first game that I go to is the first game in the whole season that they lost. I was like,
Did they chase you to the car? You're never coming to watch us play again?
So my niece is at boarding school, so that means that...
they get in on a bus.
Yes, that's right. And so literally the game finished, and she was talking to a couple of friends, and then she introduced me to a couple of friends, and then she went, I've got to go, and just literally ran, bolted for I've got to go get the bus, and bolted for the bus. I'm like, all right, bye. Yeah. And that was it. Went home. It was a disaster. The only nice thing about it was that the weather was lovely. But other than that...
So have you had a conversation since that you're not allowed to go or attend a game, particularly finals? You're not
I know.
around.
Yeah, you're not, I'm obviously just a really...
Cursed.
Yeah,
Jinx.
I'm a cursed omen. So much for being the lucky charm. I'm the opposite of that.
I was telling you earlier this morning, Nat, when you were telling me that story about my friend G, who his team, he was captain of the reserves team down at Rossmoyne, and we were only talking about this last weekend, and his mum hadn't seen him play all season long, and they were undefeated, and they were killing it. They were having a great old time. And she came along to watch him play, sat on the outside of the oval just with the old fold-up chair, and at half-time he got really angry at his team as the captain because
so did he
they were
know
losing.
his mum was there at this point?
No.
Oh, okay.
But he'd asked her to come a lot, but, she's
But
watching
he did
her.
that every week. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And anyway, so half-time, he's given everyone a bit of a spray as the captain, saying, we're all getting ahead of ourselves because we're normally used to winning, and everyone was running forward, no one was playing defence. And if this keeps up, he told the coach, I'm leaving. And anyway, about 5 minutes into the third quarter, the opposition, streamed forward again. No one picked them up. They kicked another goal. He walked off the field and went to the left bank.
But his mum...
He got in his car.
So the one time his mum came to watch all season, he threw a tanty and stormed off, and they lost.
Yes, as the captain.
I've never heard of someone do that. Just leaving your team.
He said, to his defence, he said, I warned everyone.
That's true. That's true. That sounds like a Shaun McManus defence, by the way.
I warned everyone.
I warned
Next thing you know, he's at the left bank, rubbing shoulders with me. Oh. What are you doing here?
All right, let's talk about it. 13 24 10. We want to know, did you finally get so? You've been promising to go for so long. What happened when you got there? Did you cost them the grand final? It doesn't have to be sport, by the way.
No, absolutely not.
Could be anything. Like
Could be a recital at school. You turned up.
Dance concert. You finally went to a dance concert, and then you discovered how boring dance concerts are.
They are the worst. Aren't they?
Well, your kid performs for literally 3 minutes, but the whole thing goes for 3 hours.
Hours.
Sometimes they charge you a lot to go as well.
And say, tickets are limited. Why? Shelley, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Shelley.
Shell, talk us through it. What happened?
Well, same thing. I took my mum to my niece's netball game, and it was a grand final in a rural location. And on our way there, because Mum got there to my house a little bit early, I was driving her up in her car. Not only did my niece lose her game of football, we didn't make it because on our way up there, we got taken out by an oncoming car who rode us off the road. And my mum was airlifted out with a broken back.
Wow.
That's terrible. Horrendous, Shell.
Shelley. No wonder you hadn't gone all season.
Yes.
Yeah. So, not only did we not make it,
and they lost.
She lost. And we couldn't let them know because her dad was a member of the SES, so being a rural location on a main road, had they heard of the accident and we hadn't turned up, they would have probably put two and two together. So we couldn't let them know, and I just had to ring her mum and say, hi, we've had a bit of car trouble. We're not going to make it. And she said, oh, okay. And then my brother rang and said, there's been an accident. And she's like, I did think maybe, but no, it couldn't have been. And sure enough, it was
Oh, my
Shelley.
God. And your poor niece is like, oh, it's been a terrible day. We lost our grand finals. Like, that's nothing. Nana broke her back. Like, you know, you don't even
out.
you don't even get the attention for, you know, nobody feels bad for you. Oh, Shelley,
hectic.
that is a hectic story. Thank you. Let's go to Sue in Wellard. Hi, Sue.
Hello, morning, guys.
Morning,
Okay,
Sue.
Sue, what happened?
So I used to work for the University of Notre Dame and always wanted to go out to Eco Beach Resort, but it was kind of a bit out of my price range. So a couple of years ago I turned 50 and decided I would do 50 fabulous things. So Eco Beach was up on the list.
Yeah.
But
Good on ya.
unfortunately it was just after COVID. So when I got out there, first of all, the hot water for my cabin was broken, so I didn't get to sleep in one of the glamping tents. They put me in a unit, and then because it was after COVID, they hardly had any staff, so they didn't have any of the massages, any of the activities or anything like that. They had a very basic buffet for food. It was like the biggest letdown ever.
Oh, no.
Sue, this is devastating.
Sue.
Devastating.
I was devastated.
Happy
It was,
50th.
no, it was a couple of years ago, but thank you.
I mean, this is the thing. Like, it's on the bucket list, right?
Yep.
You finally get
Yep.
there. And you don't go to
Yep.
Eco Beach to be in a unit. Like,
No.
you want to be in that. The whole point of it is to be in those glamping tents, right?
Yeah,
on the,
and
on
you're
the
indulging in
sand.
everything. That's the reason why you're going.
Oh,
Yes, yeah, it was meant to be a pamper weekend and you know, really treat myself, and yes, it was a very big letdown.
Sue, I'm sad for you.
Sorry to hear, Sue.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
I'm sure this will resonate with a few parents out there. So yesterday, after the football, beautiful day and everything like that,
Magical.
we went down to the local just to have a beer and, you know, something to eat outside. And most of my children come along because they can sniff a freebie like a mile away. And Mum was offering, so
It's nice that they want to spend time with you.
Yeah, exactly. So steak sandwiches all around,
your
a
wallet.
couple of drinks and all the rest of it. And next thing you know, before we've even started a conversation, they've eaten their burgers and they're all gone. So that's fun. Anyway, later
They're
on,
sitting at a different table.
later on when we got home, my younger son, he'd had a hectic day. He had some mates over, and one of his friends wasn't in a good way, so he had a hectic day. And when we got home, it was a bit later, and Megan, my oldest, came down, Lachlan, who came out for dinner with us, and he was off into Fremantle with his girlfriend. And Megan said, "Oh, why don't you take Ollie with you?
Yeah, sure.
He hasn't been out of the house and
Yeah.
you need some cheering
Cheer him up, yeah.
Take him out for dinner." Yeah, no worries. Oz, do you want to come along? Well, Sonny then comes down the stairs. She goes, they said, "Oh, we might take Sonny then." "Sonny, do you want to come?" "Yeah, let's go." Because, you know, that she's thinking, "Oh, I can get into Yochi as well."
Yeah, of course.
And then out of nowhere, my other son, Cooper, he just jumps out of his room, goes, "Yeah, I'm coming."
He didn't want to be left at home with you and Megan.
They're all hanging out. That's nice,
That's
right?
cute. That's really nice.
Yeah, so that was nice. And they all took off, and everyone who was around our house was going, "Isn't that lovely?" You know,
Yeah.
just all the kids
They all
together.
want to spend time with one another because there's no way in the world that my brothers would have done that
No.
with me. No way.
So then the whole family walks in the door, and I'm just going to bed at that time, and Cooper walks up to me, and he gives me a receipt. And I'm like, "Oh, what's this for?" And he goes, "Oh, for dinner." $130
they expensed dinner.
He walked up, gave me the
Did you tell him that there's a
receipt.
form you've got to fill out in triplicate? Like,
I never asked people out for dinner. I wasn't part of dinner.
No.
Four
No.
kids, a girlfriend. What was your response when you got given the receipt?
I couldn't even believe it, Ross. I was so tired, I just wanted to go to bed.
The
And
audacity.
the audacity, Nat.
Yeah.
I threw my hands in the air.
Did you say
Threw
yeah?
it probably just on the floor, and I just shut the door and walked away.
Megan's paid it already. She's transferred the money, hasn't she?
I hope she hasn't. There's every chance she has, Nat. But they...
$120
It's just amazing.
How much was it?
You never stop getting stung. And I know parents are out there, and when your kids are little, so many costs and stuff. When they get older, there's a lot of costs, and they're more.
So
Because
almost all of those children are working too, aren't they?
Yeah.
So Sonny's got a job. Cooper works full time.
Yep.
Lachlan works full time.
Yep.
Ollie's in year 12 and playing footy, so he doesn't. Does he have a job?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't put any money into the household at all. So they're all
Salty
cost
Valley.
me a mint. But to do that, I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it.
Isn't
Ross, you got years of this ahead of
great?
you.
I know. Yeah, I'm broke as it is. So
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, thank
Doesn't
you.
get any better.
$120.
How old?
Oh, it costs 130.
How old is Cooper?
He is 19. He's the first one who asked me for to reimburse him with anything.
He wants to be. He's asked to be reimbursed previously if the rest of the family's gone out to dinner and he hasn't gone with you.
Yeah.
He's asked for you to pay what you would pay him what you would have spent
100%.
on his food.
Yeah.
So
I
optimistic.
ever come out for dinner? Give me $40. What?
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
9th of June, everybody.
Yes, my friend Helen's birthday.
Helen, happy birthday, Helen. Where's the song,
Yeah,
Ross?
yeah.
Happy birthday,
I've
Helen.
got
Great
no-
song, by the way.
No.
And it's my daughter's birthday, Sunny.
Sunny.
The apple of my eye. My number one
daughter.
daughter.
15?
15.
Crikey.
Wow.
Jeez, man.
What'd you get her?
Well, absolute ripper she
What
is.
did Megan get her?
No, she wants a new phone and she's getting a new phone.
Ah.
Not brand new one, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
just
But a new phone.
New to her. Is it
Mate, they're
perhaps,
worth thousands.
is it old to Shaun? Is it
Possibly.
You
Let's
gotta-
not give too much away.
you
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
wa-
she's not listening.
you going to want to restore factory settings on that one? I would think. Delete
Happy birthday,
the
Sonny.
photos.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Helen.
Sonny.
Birthday.
We do remember when Sonny was born. In fact,
Mate,
it was a sunny day
unbelievable.
then and a
Yeah.
sunny day today as well.
Yeah, beautiful.
It makes sense.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Fashion Week. Nathan, Nat and Shaun are serving winter style with purpose. Yup, they got it at Vinnie's. Find your local store. Just search Got It at Vinnie's.
Now we know that when you think fashion, you think us.
Constantly asking the street, what have I
Yeah.
got the eye on for
Yeah.
summer?
What are you-
What's summer 26 for you, Shaun?
What are you wearing? All week long, we're hitting up Vinnie's to put together the ultimate occasion outfit. This gives you the chance to score $1,000 plus a $500 Vinnie's voucher, which goes a long way.
You got to go to our socials right now, Nathan and Shaun on Insta, Facebook, whatever you're at. And Nat today has put on, we're calling it Front Row at Fashion Week.
Yeah, I'm legit. I'd be sitting next to Anna Wintour.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes,
that
I'm
outfit.
seeing it.
We'll explain in just a second, but you got to get how much that costs. First one to get the exact costs wins $1,000 plus $500 Vinnie's voucher. Let's go through it.
So it's a floral dress over a black slip with a teal green faux fur stole and a snappy black handbag.
Now, when I saw you on Friday, I know it's meant to be Front Row at Fashion Week, I said I feel like you could be telling my fortune.
I mean, it does. Like fashion, it's malleable. You know what I mean? Yes, I could be telling your fortune. I could also be your nana on her way to
Bridge game. Bridge game.
yes,
So
or high tea.
hit up our socials, and then you guess how much does that
Yeah.
cost if you were to buy it at Vinnie's, which we did.
Yes.
And if you get it,
Yeah?
you load it. $1,000, $500 spent at Vinnie's.
Righto, 13 24 10. We'll start with caller number 7. We'll
Yes.
work our way through.
And we'll
till we
tell you
find
higher
that
or lower
number.
until somebody hits it. Yep.
Good stuff. Great modelling, Nat.
There was some
You've got it, you've got it, you know?
I know. I like it. I don't even try. It just comes naturally to me.
Go to our socials right now, and Nat's wearing it, and it is... What?
I'm not wearing it.
What do you say then?
I'm like
Modelling it?
Modelling it.
Modelling it.
That's exactly
There we
what
go.
I'm doing.
Owning it.
yes.
I can't describe clothes, so you describe it again, please.
It's a floral floaty dress over a black slip and then with a teal green faux fur shrug
Okay.
and a black handbag.
Shaun, your description of it, please, as opposed to that.
I'm not sure.
Nana's
It's a
couch
dress.
and a throw cushion.
Exactly. Rob's in Leeming. Good morning, Rob.
Hi guys, how you going?
Hey,
Right, Rob, it's always tough to kick us off, but your job is to tell us how much that outfit costs at Vinnie's.
Well, it looks like an under $10 outfit.
So you got.
Whoa.
So, what are we going with? Give us an
Right.
exact.
Sorry?
We need an exact number, please, Rob.
Yeah. So I'm going to go for $9.
A total outfit of $9.
Incorrect. It is higher than that.
Okay,
Thanks for
take
playing
into
it,
account
Rob.
the handbag and the faux fur shrug.
Rachel, hello.
Hi, guys.
We know it's
Hi, Rach.
more than $9, Rach. What's your guess?
23.
Oh, it's more
not
than 23. It's higher than 23. Thank you, Rachel. Jess is in Madeley. Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Good, Jess. Have you
seen the photo, right,
Jess?
No, I've been driving, but I've got a really good visual.
Okay, do yourself
All
a
right.
favour later on when you get wherever you're going. Have a look.
Oh, it's worth it. Jess, how much is that outfit?
$27.75.
Oh, it's more than
It's a nice number,
$27.75.
Specific, yeah.
Thank you, Jess. Tony's in Warnbro. By the way, everybody, keep calling 13 24 10
Yeah.
because we will keep going till we get this right.
Yep.
Tony, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Tony.
We know it's more than $27.75.
$32.
It is higher than $32. Thank you, Tony.
Jazz, hello.
Great outfit.
Hi.
Hey, Jazz.
Jazz, remember, it's the dress, it's the faux fur stole and the handbag. Jazz, how much is this outfit?
I'm going to go 48.
48.
Yeah.
It's correct.
$48.
Nailed it.
How did you get that?
Jazz, you just plucked that figure out of nowhere?
Yeah, I just took a guess.
Well, it worked out. It's exactly $48.
Nailed it.
Oh, amazing.
You have scored $1,000 plus $500 to spend at Vinnie's. How good?
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
$48, Nat. That is amazing. Well,
yeah.
good shopping that was.
Thank
Very
you,
good
thank
shopping.
you. And stylish.
That's stylish,
Yeah, check it out on the
And
Nathan
can model. Look
Shaun
at that.
socials.
Can and will.
I did. It actually looks really good.
Endorsed by Jazz.
Thank you. You get the money anyway. All right. Tomorrow, another outfit as
Yes.
modelled by one of you boys.
Yeah, it's either me or Ross. Who knows?
Shaun took the opportunity to take his clothes off in the office so quickly.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm going to go somewhere private to get changed. So you went to a room with a glass door that had the light on.
Exactly.
Someone was in that room.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nailed it.
they thought it was good.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Yesterday, when I was at my daughter's football, I was talking to the team manager, Martin, and I'd seen him the previous day because he was at netball like everybody else. Nat, you went to netball at Matthews. This was at Fremantle.
Right, gotcha.
When I left, my daughter was playing her second game, and I'm not hanging around for this because it's just boring me.
You turned up for the main event, but then she was just filling in for someone else, wasn't he?
Yeah. And anyway, Martin had to be the dad who was the scorer. And if you've ever done the scoring in netball for a dad, or I think have you ever done it? I do find it difficult.
Well,
You've got to put down the centre passes. There's a lot
I
of stuff
compare
going on.
it to scoring for softball, which is you need a
that's-
degree.
yeah.
It is next level
So it's
how
not just the
complicated
goal.
it is. No.
No.
So netball, it's the goals, but you've got to attribute it to which player. So goal attack, goal shooter,
Yep.
and then you also have to keep track of who's centre pass.
Centre
'cause that
pass it is.
alternates.
Yeah, it's a bit happening.
Nah.
For a man, that's a lot.
Oh, and they're bloody full on at the netball. You don't want to miss a thing there.
They move
Mate,
quick.
they come for you.
They go fast.
And anyway, so Martin was there, and he just thought he would. It's a sunny day, and there's no shade there unless you just move out a little bit, which he thought. I'm just going to go and stand in the shade for 5 or so minutes because I'm getting torched here just standing in the shade.
Because it was 21 degrees.
Yeah. And this young girl came up to him and pointed at his chest and said, "What? You are not allowed to be over here. You have to be
Yes,
over
so
on
the
the
two
sidelines."
scorers have to sit next to one
and
another.
was pointing at him.
Yes, and also the umpire needs to be able to see you because if they ask whose centre pass it is,
Yeah, well, he didn't know
first of
all
all, you
these
have to
rules.
know, but you also have to be in their line of sight.
Yeah.
You should know this. And he said back, you should know not to speak to your elders like that.
Yeah.
Because it was just a young girl and she was
So
going
this wasn't the
desperately hard at him.
umpire or anybody. It was just a random who was
Might have been a match
associated
day
with
official.
one of the. Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. But if you've been to those games are umpired by, like in footy, you can see the young people lose control because the parents are on the sideline. In netball, the young people dominate everything.
Well, that's great that they are respected first of all, and that their
They're
decisions
power
are
hungry,
final.
man. They go right off. These guys go right off. Anyway, he was told off by this young girl. So he had to come over to the sideline, sit next to the other scorer. I understand that makes sense.
Yes.
But he's just trying to get some
But
shade
also,
there for
he's
a
just a
second.
dad who's just trying his hardest. You know what I mean? It's junior netball. It's not the world championship. So
Yeah.
settle down.
Ever been told off by someone younger than you that have come hard at you?
The kids, I mean, as a parent, you get told off all the time by your kids. Like, you wear a helmet, Ollie, and then I'll not wear a helmet when I'm on the scooter. And then, Dad, you have to wear a helmet. And you're right. And it's right.
He's right, yeah.
Well,
I-
they've set the standards, yeah.
I had the niece that I went and watched her play the weekend before. She stayed with me for one night, so we had a couple of days together. And she corrected my driving the whole way through. Oh, you would have failed there. You would have failed there.
Yeah.
She says because she got her license this year because she's 17.
Yeah.
And she's not wrong, but I'm like, yeah, but. I'm not doing a test, am I? I'm driving you around. Yeah. Oh no, you're too close to the car in front. And it's like it just was like constant.
Yeah, it's humbling.
It is humbling. It is.
Shut
humbling.
up.
But you want to fight back. When someone, even if they're right, someone younger. Nah. You want to fight back.
You do.
Exactly. Bruce is in Hillary's. Morning, Bruce.
Morning, how you doing?
Good,
Good,
Bruce.
buddy. Were you told off by a kid?
Yeah, I was. So I was participating in a tennis tournament, all ages. I was in the open, sort of, because I'm above 30 years old.
Yeah.
Fairly high level, I might say myself. But as part of the whole sort of tournament, I think you have to do some refereeing, and I was refereeing an 8 to 9 year old age group match.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was on my phone a little bit during the match whilst I was refereeing.
Yeah,
so the kid was like, "You get off your phone!
Oh.
You get off your phone!" And then reported me to the referee desk as well afterwards.
You got to report it. And
A
Bruce,
formal complaint was made about your refereeing because you were on your phone the whole time.
Not the whole time, but yeah, a bit.
so she was right. How did you feel being told off by a kid? Did you want to fight back or did you accept it?
Oh, it was probably justified. So I sucked it in.
Take it on the chin.
Oh, thanks,
That's the
Bruce.
spirit, Bruce.
I know. Sarah, hello.
Hi there, how are you guys?
Hi,
Great,
Sarah.
Sarah. You're obviously an adult. Have you been told off by a kid?
Yeah, my 4-year-old kindy daughter.
Yeah, what did you do wrong?
I was using scissors wrong, apparently. Wasn't doing it correctly.
How do you use them wrong?
So obviously you have your dominant hand where you use the scissors to cut, and you use the other hand to guide the paper around as you're cutting.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, obviously in kindy they're learning how to do it properly to the correct way, and I wasn't using my other hand to turn the paper. I was just cutting around and using my other hand to bring around the scissors, and the scissors told me off, and I was like, here you go, you show me how to do it then.
Wow. Okay. So your scissoring technique is all wrong.
Yeah, apparently. Not up to her scratch.
Nothing quite like being humbled by a 4-year-old, is there? Thanks, Sarah.
Absolutely.
Nigel,
Not used to words
hello.
now.
Hi there, how you going?
Hey, Nige.
Right, Nige. Why did you get told off by a kid?
Oh, I was out doing park inspections the other day, just looking at risk and stuff with, things like playground equipment.
Yes.
And I got up with this one piece of equipment, and this young fellow, he would have been about 8 years old, and a push bike came up to me. He said, "Hey, mister, what are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm checking out this playground equipment." He says, "Well, most of it's dumb." And he goes, I'm going to show you what needs to be fixed.
Yes.
So I entertained this young kid, and he took me right through all of the park inspection. And what's really innovative about it is the neighbourhood kids has actually drawn a sign up saying, "This is dumb, we want something decent," and put it on top of this piece of park equipment. So I took the photographs, and I agreed with this young kid, and I thought the innovation of these young kids is amazing. And I took it to my supervisor this morning because that was late Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
And they sat down and agreed that the kids were right, and they're going to show the initiative and replace this piece of park equipment.
Wow. The kids they've called it out.
That's amazing the kids are doing that.
That's
they
mint.
have. And the sign was really cute. It was all done in kids' letters, like spelling wrong and all that.
Yeah.
But they did a good job, and it's actually worked. It looks like we've got it across the line just because these kids had taken the initiative, you know what I mean? So it pays to listen to them every now and then.
Yeah, what you should do, though, Nigel, is go
great.
back to the sign and correct it with a red pen. Don't let them have the last word on this. I mean, it's fine that they're right on one occasion, but we can't let them get ahead of themselves. Amazing that you're receptive to it, too.
Yeah, that's really good. That's
Good on
really
you,
great,
Nigel.
Nige.
That 8-year-old is an agent for change. Great work, everybody. Thank you.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
Shaun, it's your favourite day of the year, obviously, the Tony Awards, you're right.
Okay. Well, I think it's not a horse's birthday.
Yeah.
It's not August yet. The Tony Awards.
Tony Awards.
Okay,
And
great.
We've got a winner.
Hey, Tony. We had the Tony Gallardi Awards just recently.
Yeah, it's very similar. It's very similar to that. Sarah Snook, who we know from Succession as well, she's picked up the Tony Award for Best Leading Actress for her role in The Picture of Dorian Gray. So that is a show where it's all her. It's only her for the entire performance. Apparently, she knocks it out of the park.
Wow, fair effort.
Yeah. So
She's going. She
can do
well.
no wrong.
Good Australian.
I know. Yeah.
Who else? Any other awards?
I know that's all that I know.
I mean,
so
I
far.
pretended I
I'm
cared.
sure
I
there are
actually
others.
don't.
You did well.
Care?
Yeah.
The Tony Awards?
I don't even know.
That's proper acting, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you nailed it. You just got the Tony Award for caring.
Fake caring.
For fake caring. Beautiful performance, Shaun.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Tell
Later
me
this
more.
week, we're going to catch up with champion swimmer Susie O'Neill.
great.
I mean, we can talk swimming with her because the Australian trials for the World Championships are happening this week.
They are. Now, Ariana Titmus has said that she will only compete at the LA Games and no further.
That's
Brisbane.
right.
She's not going.
And she's not competing in. She won't be in these trials. She's not going to the Worlds.
No.
She's having a bit of a break. Summer McIntosh just smashed her world record in the 400 free. The Canadian swimmer. So
she's 18, isn't she?
Yeah, 18.
Yeah. And she's a weapon. She's absolutely unbelievable. Susie O'Neill's going to talk to us about dancing, though. She's on Dancing with the Stars, obviously, right? That's later this week.
We'll give her some tips.
Hello, Sam.
Morning, all. Happy Monday.
Hey, Sammy.
It was nice and nippy this morning. I got my big freeze beanie on.
Oh, no, good on you, mate.
Yeah, good on you,
It's
mate.
taking place at the G today.
Yeah, big game of footy. Long weekend over there, lucky buggers.
I know. We had one last week, remember?
I know. Full 5-day week today, but that's all right. That's all right. We'll crack into it.
It's
Not bad for a Monday.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, getting in. Hey, we're going to have tickets, getting people on the standby list to get to Vegas with some songs later today. Teddy Swims. And we're also going to play the new Sabrina Carpenter song. I heard you guys had a little listen this morning.
Yeah.
And you said that it was an ode to Shaun.
Oh, yeah, because it's man-child.
Man-child, yeah, very funny. It's a very funny lyric. So.
No, she wrote one about me, busy woman, and one about Shaun, man-child.
Yeah.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.